Welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Yes, I realize we are in the dungeons. I think we have to set Nura free. So, yes, you are free to go. Well, I think we'll meet again, and I bet I'll find a way to surprise you. Jana Aldori is also down here. Her I cannot talk to. And I also cannot open the cells anymore. Okay. That might have seemed weird to some of you, but there is a reason. Some of you might know what the reason is, some of you might not. For those of you who don't, well, you will just have to wait and see. Now, next of all, we are actually going to go over to the graveyard quickly, because I think we might be able to find these people. I clicked the wrong button again. Be right back. Here we are. No, they're not here. Let me see. Night Gamblers. Let's skip time. Still not here. Skip time. Skip time. Here we are. The soldier stares at his cards in the dim light of a candle stub. Deal me 2 more. I'll double down. Coins clink as they land on the barrel. Deal me another one. What? Another one? Are you bluffing, you little shit? Wait until we lay down our cards and you'll see if I'm bluffing. You don't immediately recognize Sosiel's voice. In battle he is quiet and composed, but now you can hear furious, passionate excitement in his words. Fine, you scumbag. I call. Deal me another one as well. Excitement, passion and tension seem to hang over the improvised table. It feels like lightning is about to strike. Damn it, I'm out. The soldier angrily throws his cards on the barrel. Go on, show us what you've got. Read them and weep. Sosiel reveals his cards with a gloating laugh. Nothing but junk. I knew it, you holier-than-thou types can't bluff. I was, and you fell for it. With this, Sosiel slams a card on each of the soldier's shoulders like epaulets and places the rest of the cards on top of his opponent's head. Now you've done it, you. The soldier grabs Sosiel by the collar and the cleric immediately raises his fist, as if he expected it. At this point, one of the other players spots you in the shadows. Yeah, because the bright halo wouldn't give me away. Hey, there's someone over there. We've been caught. The jig's up, let's bail. The candle snub is snuffed out, the cards are scattered into the mud. After a moment, only the embarrassed Sosiel remains. What are you doing here? His voice no longer holds excitement. We did nothing wrong. Well, tempers flared a bit, but that usually doesn't happen. I swear it. I was worried that you'd gotten yourself into trouble. Thank you. I'm touched really, but I'm perfectly fine. I was just making sure no one else got into trouble. I know you would never lie to me, so I think you must be lying to yourself. You didn't come here to minister to the soldiers. Why else would I come then? To win a copper or 2? You provoked that soldier. You were practically begging for a fight. I was? No, you misunderstood. That was... Sosiel searches for the right words to explain himself, but grows dejected and lowers his eyes. You're right. Shame on me. I provoked the fight. I behaved unacceptably. Forgive me, Shellin. Don't be foolish. You are mortal, just like the rest of us, not some all-powerful deity of mercy. You need time to relax like the rest of us. Please, be honest with yourself. After a long silence, Sosiel nods. Thank you. It's all jumbled up in my mind. This war and the horrors it holds. Our soldiers and what they tell me in their confessions. My own responsibilities. lines from Holy Scripture. In the midst of all this, it's easy to forget that I have my own needs and desires. Thank you for reminding me. The cleric picks up a dirty playing card and twirls it in his fingers. I will not come here again. Please, don't forbid these games. The things here are mostly civil, I swear, aside from the rare heated argument. But you know what? Sosiel smiles. That excitement when you have almost no chance of winning and the risk is high, even though the stakes aren't life or death, just a handful of coppers. I'll miss that. Would you mind if I dropped by your quarters sometime with a pack of cards? Yeah, I'm gonna do this one. Of course, my door's always open. We can play cards or find something else to do. Your touch makes the young cleric freeze. You feel his cheek burning with embarrassment under your fingers. I've never... with anyone. Overcome by embarrassment, Sosiel covers your hand with his own and gently rubs his cheek against your fingers. Let's take our time. Let's make it beautiful, alright? Fine, let's not rush things. Thank you for this very strange evening. Good night. And that was what we had to do here, so now we can head on over to the gate and leave the city and head down to Wintersun. We get this right from here. There we go. And we are headed to Wintersun. Oops, sorry about that. The Baphomet cultist smiles sweetly at you. Well, well, what have we here? The freshly minted commander straight from Dresden. Here is what's going to happen, Commander. You will give us specimen 367. We will bring it back to Ice, to Master Bladesmith. No one will get hurt. If you refuse, well, prepare to die. Bladesmith, is it? Then I know who you creeps are. You're from the same lot that slaughtered my party, then tortured me for some dark experiments. Commander, just give the order. I'll wipe the floor with them. I have an old score to settle. Specimen 3, what? Yes, the specimen, the sentient weapon that was taken from us. A cheap ploy by the Crusaders. Don't try to deny it, we know you have it. What a sight. A cultist complaining about Crusaders using cheap tricks. Next you'll be complaining about us being rude and violent. A sentient weapon, this is huge. If you really have one, Commander, keep it for yourself. Those lowlives don't deserve it. Who is this bladesmith? A great artisan and a teacher who renounced his name and passed to serve the weaponsmith's craft. His demonic blades never break, his magic arrows never miss their mark. His creations are incredible. Although the piece you have in your possession is still far from perfect, it was not supposed to fall into the hands of outsiders, so we want it back. I'm not giving Finian to you. And then we will take the specimen ourselves. Let's show these scumbags what's what, Commander. To battle! Wish you all the best of luck here. don't think I want to waste any spells here. Critical hit 107. No, I did not need to waste any spells here.
You crossed the wrong mark.
Cover me, all right?
Begone, fiend!
No glory without risk!
Running away, are you? Well, I think not. So much for bringing the specimen back to your masters, huh? Was a nice attempt, though. We are getting fatigued, though, so I guess we'll strike camp.
Pearls of wisdom from Brother Woljif. Thievings is next to frugality, because a stolen thing's much cheaper than a bought thing.
Okay, what's going on in the Crusade now? Yeah, the council upgrades are done. And an angel is awaiting an audience in Dresden. We have got this. This is important for us. We can also rank up logistics, so we'll issue that decree. I'm wondering if I should just recruit some troops, but then again, I kind of destroyed all of the buildings that is required for recruitment. You guys can stay where you are. You guys can move there. Oh, perfect. We'll take experienced traveler here. That thing teleports into us, so I'd rather have it killed. I don't know what that thing does. that, apparently. Whatever that is. Would you stop that? We found an ancient map of Sarkoris. And I think this is the final demon army on this side of the map. That's a Baylor. Now it's a not Baylor. No, there actually are more demon armies over there. I really wonder what's going on with the that thing where it's swapping the armies around. That should be the final demon army up here. And we found the unavoidable drill. We can use this one to discover the roads. We can do the same here. Good. There we go. And done with the Crusade. What I want to do though is to split that. On this one, I want to put you there and split you. This one, I want to split that one. And on the Dresden, I want to move these to there and split. They should all... Actually, this one still needs one more spot. Good. Winters are next. I think I've forgotten to do the spell books, actually. What exactly am I looking for here? That is a good question. Apparently we are going near the Shrine of Gorham. We could do this, but I think we'll do that when we are going to do the quest for the insane half-elf. I'd really like to get Pulura's fall done. I do find it a bit weird that we didn't find anything here earlier, though, when we were here the first time. Maybe this is a scripted event or something? There's some bones here that I apparently missed the last time I was here. I need to look this one up. Be right back. I've actually already found the note. So we didn't have to come here at all. I'm going to get back out to the world map, and I'll see you when I'm back at the Shrine of Pulura. And here we are. So we have 3 different quests here. A Spring Run Dry, which is the main quest. We have Ranhild's Day. We need to go outside for that. By the Will of the Stars, we need to talk to Eliandra about that one. And then finally the Untamed Spirit, which also is outside. So outside it is. With a bunch of undeads.
Let's try this way.
Corpulent Spectre. That sounds like a bit of a... That's a temporary level drain, isn't it? No.
The light take you!
Well, it is temporary in as much as it is for 24 hours, but 24 hours of -2 levels is not acceptable. That's the sword. It'll probably summon more undeads. A dead man wearing ancient ornate armor and a golden crown. He clutches a longsword. Stop! Regnard is breathing heavily and his face is red with exertion. He's holding a 2-handed sword, but the weapon is obviously too heavy for him. The tip of the sword wavers as he holds the blade in his trembling hands. Wait! I have to kill him myself. Regnard takes up a fighting stance, but he clearly had no training. He shifts his weight uncertainly and his knees are shaking. So you're responsible for this? Well, I had a hunch that he might rise again. Usually after death the undead simply decompose, but I was told this corpse was just lying there like nothing happened, so I decided to try and fight him. I followed you and, well, here I am. No, stay back, it's too dangerous. Regnard lowers his sword. He looks bitterly disappointed. You sound like our guards. Fine. Whatever you say. He would kill you in one hit. Yeah, he would definitely kill you right now.
Endure this!
Does Sosiel have some... No.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Make every strike count.
That's the end of the chieftain, who has the Rage of Ice. He also has the Funerary Dagger of Ilberige, Master of Ice. Bookplate +3, Belt of Mighty Constitution +4, Natural Armor +3, Ring of Protection +3, and Power Resistance +3. Nice. Remnants of a ship that once bore a Sarkorian chieftain on their final journey.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Indeed.
This will hurt.
Another of these daggers. We need to pick up 21 of them. I'll let him come to us.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Ravenous Greater Shadow. So there's one... Okay, there's a lot of them there.
A calculated risk. Distract them from me.
You won't survive me.
How long does that last? 9 minutes. It suits me just fine that they're coming over here.
Fall!
I think they drain stats and or levels as well, so I'd rather not let them attack me. That works. Another of the daggers. Can we go up here? I think we can. Finding all those daggers is a little bit finicky. Or finicky, depending on your perspective. Here's another one. There's one.
Our victory is certain.
Ancient Sarkorian White.
I will bring down the divine wrath!
There we go. Is that the only,
Are we in trouble yet?
apparently so. There's another dagger there. And here's the old doll. And another dagger. And more whites.
This should do it.
Endure this!
Into the fray!
That's those guys dealt with. Both of those two had a dagger, so I assume this guy has two. Yes. The shape of the stone resembles a tall, thin tree, and its surface feels like the texture of tree bark. That's not a tall, thin tree, but okay. Another dagger. Ugh.
Let's try this way.
Time to share your treasures.
The light, take you!
Okay, Lan is seriously in trouble here.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Cover me, all right?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Okay, how many negative levels did you get there, Lan? 1, 2. Okay, so most of them are temporary, but we'll want to cast Restoration on you. Good. And
Search for
Sosiel.
the beauty with your heart, not your eyes.
Let's loot these guys. All of them have daggers. Good. Okay, it's only this one left. Haste.
Make every strike count.
Azartas. Skeletons. I really don't want negative levels. More skeletons.
You've crossed the wrong month.
Just let the skeletons deal with it. Thank you. That's a lot of loot. Ah, here's the torn out pages. Still don't know how that would help us, but
We won't fall here. I swear it.
Elder Earth Elementals, eh? Are we hasted? Yes, we are.
This will hurt.
Send one.
Go, and I can't see anything up here. Of course. Okay, let's see. How many of those daggers did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So we have... we lack Afnia and Ajb. No, I have Ajb and Afnia. I have Aelberige. I have Agna. Aramora. On the ground up the hill west of Shrine Exit. Alright. There is a little area here as well. Aramora. Angma, Aramora. Dwigdri. Eohan. Ian. Need Gonia. Perception check top middle of the crop field in the shrine zone. Okay. So that's inside. Guern. Head. Hegwart. Hid. In Balta. Kigven. Lille. Lac Oren. Drops from the skeleton encounter after ritual during a spring run dry quest, so we can't get that yet. The next one is Ruhad, we have that, and we have Surna, and we have Vigdeli. Okay. That basically means we're done out here, so we can go back inside. There is that dagger, which means that the final one that we lack is the one that is from a skeleton encounter after ritual in a spring run dry, and that means we need to do the ritual first. Odin is muttering quietly to himself. The tablecloth needs mending. Oh, it's you again. I found Ranhild's doll. Your family tried to make it to Pulura's temple, but... For a while, Odin is silent. He stares down at his hands. But why? His voice is dull and lifeless. Why did they come here? They were so close, and we were hiding behind the walls the whole time, not even daring to breathe. We didn't help them. Odin looks up, his face deadly calm. Well, that settles it. If I had been where I was supposed to be with my family, I would be lying in a grave now. I should not be alive. No, Odin, you survived for a reason. You need to live. Your knowledge of the stars will help us close the wound. Your family will be avenged, and so will Sarkoris, but only if we stay alive, only if we fight. Don't leave us, Odin. Keep on fighting. 10 minutes. I will reload and get back to that. There we go. A sudden resolve fills Odin's eyes, and he squares his shoulders. You're right. If not us, then who? Who will show these monsters they can't get away with attacking our families? Our children? I will do everything in my power as a stargazer to help you. But first, I'll get the bottle of wine I have been hiding away for a special occasion, and call everyone together to mark a day of remembrance. We've gazed at the stars for so long, afraid to look back at those we've left behind. We have started to forget why we are fighting. I've made a decision. On the day of remembrance, we will drink and reminisce about all we've been through. We'll cry and we'll laugh because after everything, we are still alive, right? Yes, we're alive and we will fight. Thank you, Commander. Make sure you don't forget the people you are fighting for. And there's the dagger that I almost missed if I hadn't reloaded. So, has your road of adventures brought you back to me? I don't think I should give you the dead man's sword. You know what? I don't really care about the sword or about the history of Sarkoris. It's gone. It was razed to the ground. The dead chieftains have risen up to fight against their own people. The stargazers who once advised them are now holed up in caves like rats afraid to set foot outside. I want to fight. No one's ever taught me, but I'm a Kellid, and every Kellid is a warrior. The guards refused to let me outside. I had hoped that I could go out with you and fight the enemy, but after watching you in battle I realized I wouldn't stand a chance. I'm not a real warrior. Looks like I'll be slaving over constellation charts forever. The stargazer gives a mirthless chuckle. Thank you for talking me out of fighting. That walking undead would tear me apart in no time. Could ask Kater to let you join the guard. You don't think I've asked? I'm under strict orders not to put myself in danger. Leandra says I'm one of the most gifted stargazers and my talent is needed here. And Kater, Regnard snorts contemptuously. He always says I'm too young. Too young, and that's just it. The curse of this place. We don't get old, we don't get sick, and we don't change. It's always the same conversations and jokes, the same arguments, the same food, and the same schedule. Those who arrived here when they were old are still old, and those who came here when they were young are still young. A guard can't become a stargazer even if he studies hard and shows tremendous talent. Likewise, a stargazer can't become a guard, no matter how much he wants to wield a weapon. Everything must remain as it was on the first day of our imprisonment. And that's the way things are. Everything is always the same. Regnard shakes his head sadly. Our bodies are healthy, but our souls are dying. My soul is dying. Training at night is the only thing that keeps me going. I've been trying to master the techniques used by the guards when they fight, but I'm not very good. Not that anything will come of it, of course. It's all useless. Nothing ever changes at this damned place. I will speak to Kater. I don't think he will be indifferent to your suffering. Regnard shakes his head. There's no point. Kater is just like the rest of us. He doesn't change. We'll see. Must be nice to have somewhere to go. I'm listening. I want to discuss Regnard the Stargazer. Kater chuckles grimly. Whenever I hear the name Regnard, I expect another tearful plea to let him enlist. Is that why you are here? Regnard is suffering. He has the soul of a warrior, and he will waste away if he cannot follow the path his heart desires. Kater hesitates. Though he tries to remain stern, you get the feeling it's mostly for show. I agree, he says at last. To give the boy a chance. He may join as a new recruit and begin his training. Eliandra will probably not be happy that I've allowed one of her stargazers to be distracted from stargazing, but she is too soft to object. It is settled then. I won't let Regnard leave these walls until he proves himself ready. The call of one's heart is a serious matter, but such calls often fade away after daily drills and a few painful blisters. Thank you. I spoke with Kater. He is ready to take you on as a new recruit. Really? But how did you convince him? Wait, don't tell me. I don't want to know. Regnard can barely contain his excitement. Alright, I have to focus. I can't let you and Kater down. I will start training immediately. Thank you. You've given me a second chance at life, and I will never forget it. Good luck. And finally, we need to speak to Eliandra. I want to talk to you about the Stargazers, Vestari and Christri. Eliandra looks up and sighs. Vestari and Christri, my dear rebels. You must think I am harsh for enforcing such strict rules here in the temple, but such measurements are necessary when you live through decades of isolation in such a small community, shut off from the rest of the world. Love and all the jealousy, discord, quarrels and breakups that go along with it could result in genuine disaster. Vestari and Christri are the living embodiment of such a disaster. I love them with all my heart, like they are my own children. However, before the temple was hidden 100 years ago, they could have 5 quarrels and 6 reconciliations, all between one moonrise and the next. At other times they would go a month without talking to one another. That created quite a problem, since stargazers are supposed to share their observations and research. This carried on for years, until after a particularly public fracas, I decided to forbid all romantic relationships in the temple. It was an impulsive decision, I admit, but it was not made without reason. I was trying to maintain peace in our community, and I was also concerned for the feelings of others. Many of those you see here, Odin, Teriel, and even Kater himself, parted with their families for the sake of our mission. It is unfair for them to be the only ones so painfully deprived. So that is why love and relationships are now forbidden in the community, and as you can see, the rules are largely the result of Vestari and Christri's own actions. You've lived here for many years. You've become a family. Does a family reward love with punishment? Vestari and Christri have loved each other for a long time. It's not just a sudden whim. They deserve your acceptance. I have to reload again. There we go. Eliandra is silent for a long time. I'm afraid this decision will be the most difficult for Odin, Teriel, and the others who have lost their families. It may also cause chaos in the future. But perhaps you are right. You should not try to thwart the desires of the heart. I will inform the community about the changes to the rules. And another save, because I think we are done. No, it's still the guard and Teriel. I told Eliandra about everything, and she won't stand in your way. Eliandra agreed to change the rules? For us? That doesn't sound like her. But I guess we have all changed over the years. Thank you. We will never forget the kindness you and the High Priestess have shown us. The defiance fades from Christry's eyes. I don't know how you convinced her, but I think you've worked a miracle. I guess Alejandra really does care about us. I admit I was wrong. Thank you. No idea about this one, though. I'll find out where Kater goes. There we go. And we have to go outside again, of course. Not sure why I didn't get that in the last when I talked to her the last time. Tombstone engraved with the following epitaph: Kater, a Sokorian ranger. He walked many paths, but the last one led him to Pharasma's boneyard. That is weird. I don't remember this. Oh, and also I did some misinformation in the last episode when I said that the Hand of the Avenger would be saying similar things if you were a Lich. He doesn't arrive the same way if he's a Lich, if you're playing a Lich actually. He only arrives like that if you're an Angel, I believe. Might be that he arrives like that if you're playing an Azata as well, or an Aeon, but I think it's reserved for the Angel path alone. Someone help me find your grave. Why do you have a grave? And why do you visit your own grave? Kater chuckles bitterly. I see there's nothing that doesn't interest you, Knight Commander. That grave, the existence of the Temple Enclave, and the work that we are doing had to remain a secret. And by secret, I mean secret. We couldn't even let our families know that we were safe. But I was sure my Imris would try to find me. The two of us were newlyweds. We had barely said our vows before the wound opened. There is a sad light in Kater's eyes, and his stern face softens. I knew we would be stuck here for a long time, maybe even for life. I wanted to fulfill my duty and protect the temple, but I also wanted my wife to survive, and to do that, she would have to move on. So I built a fake grave for myself in the first place I knew she would look. I know that everything happened the way I planned. She found the grave and saw for herself that I had perished. She thought my comrades had buried me and she mourned my death, but she found the strength to go to Mendev. I do not know what happened to her after that, but I hope she found happiness. It's been a lifetime since then. As for why I still go there, it's where Imris and I got married. I have never felt more joy than I did on that day in that place. But it is also the place where I felt the most misery. The place where I carved my name on a tombstone and said goodbye to the past. So I go there to remember. That is all. Thank you. I have discovered Kater's secret. He has followed the rules just like everyone else and severed all ties with his family. He did everything he could to make Imris think he was dead. He even went so far as to dig his own grave by the stone tree. Tariel stares at you in stunned silence. Finally he manages to speak. Oh, Kater, always with such wild ideas. Even when he was young, he could never do anything by halves. Tariel sighs. I probably judge others by what is in my own heart. If I could send a message to my family, if I could see them again, I wouldn't give a damn about the temple's rules. I begged Kater to let me go outside with him so I could see my wife and children, at least secretly. I begged him. I was so angry. I reminded him that if I hadn't introduced him to Imris at the midsummer fest, he wouldn't even be married. I was selfish. The pain of thinking I would never see my family again nearly drove me out of my mind. And all the while I was tormenting my best friend, trying to make him feel guilty for depriving me of happiness. When I found out that he had been going to the stone tree, I immediately imagined him going to see Imris, the way I dreamed of seeing my own wife. I've hated him for 70 years. The whole time I pretended he didn't exist. I lost my family, and then I lost my friend. I've doomed myself to bitter loneliness. Kater, I must go to him immediately and ask for his forgiveness. Thank you, Commander. You have given my friend back to me. Hopefully. There is no guarantee that he will forgive you. And then there's the guard. Now, if you don't complete all these quests while you're here, then it's too late if you do the ritual. It is like you've brought the spirit of victory with you, Commander of Dresden. I hope we don't have to wait much longer. There's been no betrayal. This was all just a misunderstanding. The guard looks relieved. There wasn't? Oof, that's a load off my mind. Over the years, we've become a family here. If there truly was a traitor in the temple, well, it would change our lives forever. Thank you for the good news. Now, there is one tiny little thing I need to check. We also leveled up. Be right back. Yeah, that's what I thought. We have to speak to Nidalav. I found an unusual dagger on an undead corpse not far from the temple. Nidalav's eyes light up. Oh, I recognize the workmanship. Daggers like this tell the story of our great pride and great sorrow. Did you know this temple used to be the gate through which the Sarkorian chieftains passed into eternity? When the rivers flowed with water, barges would depart from Ais, carrying the bodies of the deceased chieftains. Once the bodies arrived here and the proper rituals were observed, the dead were sent on their final journey. The burial barge would be set on fire and the chieftains would set off on their last journey aboard the flaming vessel. I myself performed such rites for 2 chieftains, but the Worldwound did not spare our sacred waterfall or our dead. When the water began to dry up, the cultists of Cabriri turned the bodies of the chieftains into undead. We sheltered behind the walls of our temple, all the while knowing that our noble chieftains had been made into monsters. They roamed the area, killing the refugees who were trying to flee the dying Sarkoris. What an ignominious end. Nidalav's voice sounds more angry than sad. Forgive me. This wound has not yet healed and likely never will. But if you can, bring peace to our chieftains and bring me their weapons. At least 21 of the monsters raised by these cultists still remain. Okay. I think we shall do a little bit of leveling up here. That would be level 12. Great Axe, of course. As for level 6 spells, I already have heal. Inspiring Recovery is useful. But level 6 is also the level where we have Bolt of Justice on, so I'll take Inspired Recovery, I think. Sela. Level 12. We want to up her Charisma. And for the Mercy, we want to take Exhausted. Then we have Lan. Still Divine Hound Hunter, yes. Dexterity. Level 1 spell. Leash. Bone Strider. Maybe Feathers. Level 4 spell. We do have Animal Growth and we do have Echolocation. So I guess we could always take Blessing of the Salamander seems good. Yeah. And then we have Woljit. Dexterity, of course. Level 3 spell on level 12 should be Displacement. Wally. Level 12 should be Eldritch Knight. Want to take Intelligence. That's nice. Level 5 spell. We do have Echolocation. We do have Animal Growth. We also have Empiric Shadow Shield. We could always take Angelic Aspect. I do want to take Stone Skill and Communal and at some point, so let's take it now. And as a matter of fact, let's take Thought Sense and Stone Skill and Communal. And then we have Sosiel. Which I believe is only skills and one ability point. And then our animal companions, of course. Let's start with Lance, since his is a bit special, and I did a mistake with that. Strength here. And skills. Ah, no, this is not a feat level, so it doesn't really matter. Kind of want to take Dexterity. But I'll do that on the final level, I think. And that's all of the level ups done. Now let's quickly check the spellbooks of each of the characters. You can have another heal spell on level 6. On level 5 you could take another lens. Level 4 Yeah, you really need abundant spells, but you're not getting that for a while yet. Guess the invisibility is okay. Also greater magic weapon. Not too sure about displacement. Although I believe I will be using up my spell slots on these two, so... Level 4. Let's take Stone Skin there. Level 5. This one is rather nice. Wait. Stone Skin takes 5 Diamond Dust, whereas Communal takes 10? That's not a very hard decision. This one is really nice too. Cannot cast level 6 spells yet. Let's take Bestow Grace here. It is a rather nice spell. Infinite caster, so no problem there. And with that, I think it is time to wrap up, and we will do the ritual in the next episode. I do remember that that entails some combat stuff, so don't want this to be a 1 hour, 50-minute long episode or something like that. For now, if you have any questions and or comments, or you just want to leave a little emoji in the comment section below for the YouTube algorithm gods, then please do feel free to do so. I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and I hope to see you all in the next one.